Hello everybody. You can hear me. You can't. Well, you can see an old version of me. Let me see. No, that's no good. What do we turn this off and back on again? Something's not quite right. Stand by, please. Here, what do we have? We got nothing. We don't got a whole lot. Here, this one at least should have, yeah, dog video on it. Okay, so you guys watch Moose. I will figure out what happened here. What about now? Turn it off. Back on again? Off and back on again, and then off and back on again? I got the light back. I just gotta get the camera going. We were plugged in, right? Yeah, we were. Well, that's a pickle. Yeah, you can see the game at least now. That's a good start. Huh. Well, we can power cycle again. Let's see. And make sure we're on that one. And then, you know. Oh, it went a color. It changed color. What did Tuna do? I think I did this one, to be honest with you. I don't really know how. Does this work? Yeah, that works. Man, am I going to do a no cam stream? That would be weird for me. It'd be fine, but like, it's not really what I meant to do. Yeah, I like her blog too. Let me take a look at this. Oh. Ah! Cowabunga. Hallelujah. Eureka. Oppenheimer. One of them. Let's see. Let's get some sound, huh? There we go. Live in color. There we go. I'm a little bit out of it this morning. How are you guys doing? How is everybody? Stand by. Put a pick a moose up, imply he's playing. I gotta get a good one that looks like he's gaming. The cats are running around, so they might come by and turn some stuff off, but we'll see. Here, let's log in here. I could just wear headphones today. I'm gonna look for my earbuds. Well, hang on. We'll enjoy Crinkle's Mog for a second. We don't have game sound. My whole life's kind of a mess right now. Ooh. I feel like I fix one thing and then like 4 more things break. It's just like, I'm gonna need all of these problems to just like take a number, line up, have a seat, and also just like give me a week, man. Orcs of Canada. Orcas of Canada. Orc related. In, you know, linguistically. He's a nice whale. Hazel. Scarlet. Orcs of Canada is a funny shirt too. Just do that one. Okay, let's see. We have sound. Where is it coming out of? Music? Oh, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. I used those champion gearboxes for Mythic Plus, and it is now, oh, you are now 247. Wow. That's pretty darn good. Here, let's log in. I'm gonna do Void Strikes, or at the very least get to them, so Void Strikes can happen around me. I need a handful more for my Void Response Team achievement, which I am in favor of earning. I would like that one. That would be good. I want to get the Unbound Mana Worm mount, and that's what I'm starting on today. Managed to grab some BIS items. Now I'm like, do I do keys? Depends. Do you want to do keys? I did some keys last night. I healed some on Inksy. We were doing some push keys. We did a 16 that we did not time. It was a 16 Pitasaran. It was close, but we had a wipe, and we had a handful of deaths, and we lost some time there. If we can clean it up a little bit, we'll have it. And then we did a 15. What was it, like an Algathar or something like that? I think my priest is like 3,200 and something now. Less than 200 to go. I also finally, shout out to Flabby, crafted a belt. Crafted my second embellish for my priest. We're this far into the season and my main finally has 2 embellishes on. Wow. What do they want? Mining, what do you want? You want me to unlock a spec? Fine. Very good. There you go. I wouldn't hate getting the mining while mounted thing. I wonder if I could just go do the mining weekly. Got my mana worm yesterday. Nice. Here's the thing. Want to do 10s? Damage doesn't exist. Yeah, that's a tough one. Hi, Moose. Hi, sweetie. Are you going to sleep in here with me? Thank you, buddy. Oh, you're okay. Hello there. Hi, Average Teacup. How are you doing today? Just had an interview with a place that will... Oh, that's amazing! Let me do gender affirming care. Oh, that's such a relief. You've gone on so many interviews. Oh, where-ish is it? Is it in a place that you want to live? Hopefully. Fingers crossed. What are we doing? I said I was doing... Oh, I was looking for my mining thing. Oh, hello, Toonie. Tuna, I want to pick you up and show you off to stream, but I know that the second I pick you up, you're just going to start unplugging stuff on my desk. Oh, it's okay, Moose. You're okay, buddy. Do you need a little hug? Hang on. Oh, no, you're getting up. Hi, you're okay, buddy. I know. I'm taking this one. Went through 6 laptops that were reported broken. Found that 12 of them were fine. 3 others that were supposedly fine broke while updating. Oh dear. Moose on lap. Not gonna get better gear if I don't do 10s. Yeah. Bougie suburb of Chicago. Oh yeah. What happened to pet battles? They're kind of getting... They're getting de-emphasized is I think what they're doing. We didn't get any new pet battle content. We got new achievements for old content, but they didn't make any new pet trainers. And most of the new pets that we're getting... Hang on, Tiki. You have your contractually obligated hug. Thank you, buddy. Moose is in Kira's closet looking for her. It's okay, buddy. I know. Would be cold, tired of cold chatting about it. Yeah, that's a tough one. I was looking for the mining trainer, I think is what I was doing. You gonna sit here? Oh, you guys gonna play? Because if you want to sleep in my lap, I got a heated blanket. I have sweetened the deal. I should probably ask a guard. I don't see the mining trainer often enough to really know where they are. Dog ever barked while streaming? Not often. My dog doesn't bark much. He is pretty much the strong and silent type. He only makes noise if he, like, really means it. Which means that if he does ever bark, we, like, get up and see what's going on, because... There's something. Even if it's just a delivery person, there's something. We're doing the mining trainer. Not many people doing rares. I think the mount drop is a lie. Yeah. Hate when I want to find a guard, I can't find a guard. Yeah, I feel like they could handle having a few more of them. What, can they not afford wages? What's going on here? Yesterday evening, I finally owned the Time Lost Proto Drake. Only took 17 years. Congratulations. Behind the engineering trader. I am a little dumb. I don't know where anything is in this city. I've been playing this whole expansion. The only thing I could find is like I don't know, the enchanting trainer. But we got there. Oh, I need to buy something. We're gonna get the umbral tin ore. You see my little buddy? You see my little tiki cat? I've been calling him my tiki bird because he makes little bird noises. He goes, tweets. He's a very chirpy cat. Hi. Maybe I'll get lucky and he'll nap with me. We're doing 10 of these? Yeah. Because I'm going to do Void Strikes, but I'd love to be able to mine while mounted. Ever dabble with old school RuneScape or RS3? Feels like you'll love the vibes of that game. I don't like to say never, because that's aggressive. I also don't really want to give a lot of hope. I am really pretty set in my ways. I'm at a point where I kind of like what I like, and I don't try a lot of new things. Wow, it's sad when I say it like that. I don't try a lot of games that I haven't played before because I'm happy playing the games that I'm already playing. It's very unusual for me to get like hyped about a new game or an old game or just a game that I haven't already played or had some experience with. It kind of feels like if I'm satisfied doing what I'm doing, I have no reason to spend a single brain cell learning anything different. And the brain cells are kind of like rationed these days. Like, it's hard to learn new things, and I hate learning new things. Wow, this makes me sound terrible. It's games specifically. I really, really hate the first like my first couple times playing a new game. I don't like not knowing what I'm doing. I get frustrated super easy. And if I'm not like dying to play the game, I feel like there's no real incentive to try it. What are we doing? We're going to do Void Strikes. We're going to do them in Zul'Aman. We're going to head to wherever we find one. Not a fan of the clickety-clack? I'm not sure what that means. It's not sad, very fair. My friends were talking about one of our guildies that like buys every new Steam game and like tries all of them and plays all these new games. And I was thinking that's really fun for them. And I'm like, I'm very different in my head. I used to be that person, and I would try all sorts of new things, and I still had like this fantasy from when I was like a kid, and I would get a game and I would put like 1,000 hours into it, and I would learn everything about it. I still kind of had this idea of like, oh man, for like the purchase price of this game, you could unlock a world of fun. But now I kind of know that like you have X amount of leisure time. I already have excellent bets for how to spend them. I have like kind of a little rotation of games that I know that I really like. I know I like replaying them. Some things like WoW, I'll always have something new going on. I don't feel a strong need to expand my horizons. If all my friends get into something, then I'm more likely to do it. But they have to be into it for like a while. I have to start feeling left behind before I pull the trigger. Developers purposely make games more complex now. When I'm super into a game, I love the complexity. I love like depth and layers in a game when I'm like really into it. But if I'm not into it yet, I'm gonna look at that and I'm gonna give up immediately. Subnautica 2 is out, in case you were waiting for the sequel before starting Subnautica 1. That's funny. That's one I literally already own it. I don't have to buy it. I picked it up on some sale eons ago, I'm sure. And just had the thought to play it eventually because you guys really wanted me to, and I haven't gotten around to it. I don't know when I will. I don't know what's going to make me want to play Subnautica. I'm probably going to have to like see a video in my algorithm from somebody that I already know playing it or something. Sometimes that'll do it. But I guess maybe if people get hyped about the new one. Stay away from single-player story-driven games. Yeah, I don't like... Oh my gosh, I sound horrible. I am not a story from games person. I love stories. I like to read them, though, in books. I don't really mess too much with lore in games. In a game, I want to feel the progression. I want to feel the customization. I want to feel like the making my own path and trying to make my character really strong. Or like try to make a lot of gold in whatever game it is, if it's like a Stardew Valley kind of thing. I'm not too fussed. I like having like the atmosphere of the world of the game around. You know, that's kind of fun, but I'm not too fussed about who said what and why the Empire's attacking within a game. I don't really worry about it anymore. I'm a big fat cutscene skipper. All right, there's void strikes around here somewhere. Oh, the incursion's going on right now. That's why. Maybe I can squeak a field satchel. At this point, it's stream tradition to recommend Subnautica. I feel like that was Ujai's thing. I haven't seen him around for a bit, but I feel like that was his, like, his torch to carry. You know what you like and dislike. That's good. Yeah. I also know that, like, philosophically, it's good to be open to learning things and new experiences. I think I'm saving that for, like, not video games. That's what I look for, a good cutscene in the story. Used to be heavy into story and the environment creation surrounding single-player games growing up, and then got into PC gaming, and that faded so fast. Yeah, I've always more liked the systems and power progression of games, and like sometimes collecting. But it was all about, like, you know, leveling up the strongest Pokemon so you can one-shot every Pokemon in the Elite Four. Like, that's what's fun for me, is trying to do big damage or whatever the thing is. I love Stardew Valley, and I know a decent amount about the lore of it from having played it so many times. But the lore is not why I'm playing it. I skip cutscenes in that game too. I got sidetracked by doing a rare. Also consider it one of my favorite games. Also love Satisfactory, so streaming that would be cool. I've done more Valheim than I ever have, so if you stream that, I get to learn stuff. Love Valheim. I've been kind of itching to do a little more Satisfactory. I want to take another stab at it and do everything exactly the same, and then wonder why I did that. That's kind of what I want to do. I want to do Satisfactory the same way, with the same level of mess that I did the first time, and then bemoan my messiness later. I think that's going to have to happen at some point. Oh, I have a Tiki on my lap, and I have a tuna on my desk, and sometimes I wonder why I gave both the cats 4-letter names that had 2 syllables that started with the letter T, because it's really easy to mix up which one you're talking about. I should have named one Tuna, and I should have named the other one, like, Ferdinand. That would have been different. Salmon. You're not a salmon. You're a Tiki. He reminds me of, on the Tiki brand treat packages. Not that I'm, like, affiliated with a brand or anything. But there's like a black cat art that reminds me of this guy. I guess just because he's a black kitten, but he was, like, really skinny and had big cheekbones when I first got him. He's doing better now. He's been crushing back the cans of food and putting on the weight he needs and growing. Thank you for blessing my rant about my Evoker Legendary today. It dropped for you! Oh, man. That's so funny. We were just talking about how the thing that you needed was to complain. That always used to be my thing, is, like, the second I ranted about it, it's not the word that comes to mind, but the second that I complained about it, it would drop. Dog is Sonia, cat is Sabrina, called them the wrong name. The complaint technique strikes again. Tuna, please try not to unplug anything, my love. There may be some static coming in. Tuna's digging for trouble back there, and Tiki's wondering what he's doing and if it's any fun. Tiki, just stay with me. Stay with me. Have a nice cuddle, my love. You wanna see how big my Tiki cat's getting? Look at how big he's getting. Ow! That's my glasses. That's my glasses. I only have the one pair. Every time you mention tuna, I feel the urge to order a tuna sandwich. Look at how big he is. He's like a little mini cat now. Oh. Ow. Hi. Hi. Are you biting me? I can't tell. It's fine. He does love bites when he gets, like, worked up. And he's still working on his being gentle. He's getting better. He hasn't, like, giga chomped me in a little bit. Hi. Hi, baby boy. How you doing? You guys ready to go play? Yeah, alright. Okay. Yeah, his coat's doing much better. He's had a big glow up. We were looking at his baby pictures, and he looks a million times better now. Look at how sleek and shiny he is now. Mwah. All right, kiddo. You go down there, and Tuna, you cat text, and then you go play with your brother. You guys go party. Maybe you'll find I hid a cat scratcher in my office here so that they'd have one. And they haven't found it yet. But they will. I feel like it'll be more fun for them if they discover it on their own. I don't like show them where it is. Hope your Friday's going as well as it can. Sending much love. Thank you. Love Tuna's coloring. He's got funny little black and white stripy pants. They're cuties. They let us sleep last night, which was nice. I needed a good night of sleep. They slept in their cat tree. I love the cat tags. They're as babies, they have to they don't have to, but they put up with one smooch. One drive-by smooch from me. And then I let them carry about their business. Yeah, they are growing insanely fast. I feel like they're inflating in front of my eyes. I took a lot of photos and videos in like the first week, but I feel like I need to whip out my good camera. Remember how to use it, because it's been ages. Okay, if we go offline, then it's the cats. If we do go offline, please stand by. I will reboot everything. But well, hopefully they let us stream. I should try to find a toy and chuck it in the other direction so they play somewhere else. I have some catnip, but I don't know if I'm ready to whip out the drugs yet. What do we got, guys? What do we got? What if you... Oh, cable tie. Wow. Velcro cable tie. What if you go get that? Better go check that out. You'd never know what that could be. Ride this... Oh, yeah, I see. We get in the boat. This is kind of bad timing for me to be working on Void Eradicator. The Void Strikes will resume once this incursion is finished, but the incursion only counts as one strike, and in my... Oh my goodness. Buddies! They're like pulling cables out of the back. Friends? What if we do something different? Oh my god, they're knocking stuff over. What if... Guys! Whoa. Whoa! Whoa! Big snake! Sorry about that. Buddy! My cats seem unbothered by catnip. Tuna definitely likes it. Kira never cared. Kira was not one of those cats that... It's like a genetic thing, I think. Some of them just genetically are affected and some of them are not. Tiki I'm not quite sure if he cares or not. Tuna definitely goes crazy. Did my first ritual last night? Nice. Is it bad if the kitten chaos is as entertaining as the gaming? That's the best possible case scenario, because if it wasn't, then it would just be really disruptive. I'm glad that you enjoy it. I'm not a very, like, fussy parent at this stage of my pet parenting life. As long as they're not doing something incredibly dangerous, I'm mostly just gonna kind of let them do it and keep an eye on how it's going. Which is just me. Yeah, okay. They're gonna play out there. But, in the back of my head, it's like, I have this idea that if somebody had the criticism that I'm being really unprofessional by just, like, letting them unplug me all the time, they wouldn't be wrong. It is unprofessional. However, Hazelnutty Corporation has just decided to allow it. My cat that I call Evil acts just like these two. Perpetual Kitten, even though he's huge at 13 pounds, causes a lot of damage. A lot of life force in that one. Yeah, I think I stressed less about it once I kind of I watched a lot of videos on cats again, even though I know about cats, but I watched a lot of videos about it and cat body language and how they do things. And once it kind of occurred to me that they're not attacking me, even if it feels like they're attacking me, they're just like playing. And I'm just trying to like redirect them to vaguely appropriate methods of play and make sure they have lots of ways to get lots of energy out and that we're like playing with them so they get it out. I feel a lot better. They're not behaving badly. They're just partying. They're having an absolute ball. Hello, happy Friday. Hello, Darta. Love the kitties. Makes life better. Literally, me as a human parent, I'm just gonna let him do it, see what happens. Sometimes they have to learn, as long as they're not gonna like mortally injure themselves or die, sometimes they just have to learn the consequences of their own actions. I don't know about you, but when I was a kid, people telling me that something was gonna happen was not helpful. I needed the experience. I am a learn from mistakes, not from wisdom kind of person. Did I get my field satchel? I did. Oh, midnight mining knowledge. Oh, that's right. I was gonna learn that. So we'll do that. These next void strikes might be giga slow because I don't know if other people are gonna be doing them, but I'm gonna work on them anyways for my achievement. Even if we have to solo them, that's fine. We only need 7. I would like to spend my mining knowledge. And sure, that's fine. We should be able to mine while mounted now. We'll do kittens 100 times again. I don't know if I'm doing puppy again. Sassy Husky Mix Puppy 1. I lost. Yeah, we were discussing whether we'll do another dog one day. And obviously, like, not now. Give the kittens a year to grow up and figure themselves out. And that's like a maybe. And also, make sure we're financially stable and can feed another one, because they are so expensive to feed. Not to mention vet bills and stuff. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I think it would be a little easier doing it out here in the country where I have, like, the fenced yard. You still have to make sure they're not, like, eating anything that's going to kill them. But I feel like the city was so hard because there was such dangerous trash everywhere you walked them. And it was impossible to get anywhere because they wanted to see everything. It was good for Moose. Like, I feel like he got really well socialized. He met a million people. He saw a million things. Nothing really freaks him out because he's seen it all before from living in the city. I think if I raised another dog out here, they would maybe turn out a bit more anxious because they wouldn't, I just wouldn't end up exposing them to as many different things. You know, you can say that you're going to, but it's tough when they're young. Morning, Hazel. Good luck mounting. Have fun. Thank you. I'm working on I'm working on my Void Response Team achievement so that I can buy a mount, and then if I finish that up, I'm gonna do rare farming for mounts is my plan. So, oh, already 11% on Void Strikes. I wonder if I should just turn Rare Scanner off. Maybe as I clear rares out of the zone incidentally, I will those icons will vanish so I can see their Void Strikes because I feel like I'm missing them. Be exposed to bears? Can't get any more scary than that. True. Oh, this is a world boss, eh? Well, I may as well get this off the map. Yeah, Void Response Team, I think, is the name of the achievement. It's the Void Strike meta, and it gives you the ability to buy the Unbound Mana Worm mount. It's a nice looking mount. Raise mine in the city, maybe if I had a big backyard, it would be doable. I would also be kind of counting on Moose to help me raise the next one. I've heard he's a really good babysitter, and I have a decent amount of confidence. Not that I wouldn't have to do anything, but that he would help show a new dog the ropes in terms of how things are done around here. We wouldn't be doing it from scratch. Moose kind of knows everything, and I feel like Moose is a really good mentor. I feel like he would really help a puppy. Hope you get those mutant blue chocobos. Thank you. Kitten is watching your stream. Oh. Give tiny pets for me. I love the babies. Just get a raise from Hazelnutty Corp. Hazelnutty Corp might need to improve their output if I want a raise. We're living the good life, though. We're doing okay. Older dog really unamused by anything the puppy does. I feel like she's being too hard on her. Old dog just doesn't want to babysit anything at all. Yeah. Yeah, not all dogs like puppies. And I think most dogs, when they get older, kind of lose the energy for it. If we did do it, it would probably be next year. Maybe the year following, while Moose is still kind of, like, young-ish. I don't know if I'd want to dump a puppy on him when he's, like, if he was, like, 8 or 9. He's 3 right now. He just turned 3. He's all about it, though. He loves babies of all kinds. He loves human babies. He loves human toddlers. He loves the kittens. He's a great big dog dad. It's very cute. He's very gentle with them. I didn't have it on my bingo card. He's a shepherd Malamute mix. They're not known for being gentle with tiny things that run around fast. Battery rush. You got it. We just gotta do 7 of these, and then we don't have to do any more of them. And that counts. Being in the area counts. Mine's 8. She's got saddled with a puppy. Mostly ignores her. If I give the puppy treats, older dog tends to go smack the baby, steal her treats. Raising bullies. You gotta pay the respect your elders tax. If we get another dog, it'll be my grandparents' husky at some point. Making it harder to walk him the 5 miles a day they used to. Yeah. That's a really nice thing that you could take that on, though. Nice place to go. 5 to 7 would be optimal. Yeah, maybe one day when we're ready. Not right now. I have babies. I have kittens. They're crazy. Give me a year. Give me a year and I'll see if I can make any more money. And make sure that we're handling everything. And then I think that ultimately 2 dogs and 2 cats would be kind of like my limit. I don't think I would go any bigger than that. I know some people do. I guess if cats happen to you, they happen to you. But I've never been picked by the cat distribution system. I've always gotten my cats from rescues. I've sought them out. I didn't know I was seeking out kittens when I found Tuna and Tiki, but I was. You don't go pet adoptable kittens unless you're ready to adopt a kitten. That's the rule for me. I know that I'm squishy. I know that I'm a sucker. Tic Tacs kitty pics. Let me see what I got. Here, let me get to the next Void Strike so I can at least, like, chill there. And then I'll see if I have any good recent ones. Dog would jump into her cat's box with the kittens and attempt to clean them. When she had her own puppies, wanted nothing to do with them once they got big enough to chase her everywhere. We told that we love him, would never want him to be put in a shelter or anything. We could take care of him. That must be a great comfort to them, knowing that no matter what, he's got like a landing pad. I love huskies. They're so unreasonable. They're so unreasonable. I love them so much. Moose is only like, I don't know, 12% husky and then another like 15% Malamute or something, which adjacent. And he's a negotiator. He's trained us is what's happened. He's too smart for me. He has outwitted me. I'm not ashamed to admit that. He's a smart guy. Okay, so we're here. We'll kill a couple things just so I feel like I'm helping. And then I'll look for baby pictures. You missed it. They were here on stream earlier. We had cameos. Don't mind my state of disheveledness. Also, same shirt. This is the 2 of them snuggling with me a few days ago when I wasn't doing real good. It was right before bedtime. I had to get up, but how do you get up when you've got kitten Puddle? And then this was an old one I found of Miss Kira from a long time ago, and she was trying to muscle in on my cheesecake. She was so cute. Baby girl. Have a husky golden mix. Theirs is an Alaskan husky German shepherd mix, both ridiculously sassy and howl. On Kira's last morning, I tried to give her a little bit. I was trying to think of, you know how people before they have to let their pets go will try to give them like the treat they could never have because it's like really bad for them, but you know, if it's just kind of morning of, you're not really gonna hurt anything, you can kind of like let your dog have the fries or whatever. She did not get the cake at the time. I tried to give her a bit of milk. I put a little bit of whole milk on a plate to offer her because when she was a baby, she was a dairy fiend. Anytime I had like yogurt or a glass of milk or any dairy, basically, she would be all over me for it, and I never let her have it because cats are lactose intolerant. It would have upset her tummy. And on her last morning, I tried to give her some milk, but she didn't want it. But she had a chance. She had an opportunity. She had some wet food instead. She had some of her favorite wet food and some of her favorite treats, and she ate all of those. So maybe she was just full by then. Play the pangolin class. OP. We got our pango plating on. I was telling somebody about it yesterday. That's that. See if we can get any lumber. I need to put my lumber that I've been getting on this character into my war bank. I used to have an add-on that did that. Husband walked Tiger around the garden. Say goodbye to his favorite places. Why didn't you just have lactose-free milk? I just didn't. I stuck with normal cat treats and cat foods with her. Cat will get something spicy. He goes feral for spicy foods. I don't know if he was a spice champion in a past life or what, but it's weird. Oh, it's funny. I've been trying to figure out the tummies of the two kittens. They're doing better than they were when they were babies, especially now that they've been through a few rounds of deworming. But they're still kind of like inconsistent. And it's hard to tell if it's like, and we're working with the vet on it, but it's like hard to tell if it's like just a stress thing because they went through like their neuters and then Tuna had to go back to get his shots, and then it was and then we've all been pretty wrecked from Miss Kira. Or it's if like one of their foods, because their food is like a multi-pack, if maybe they're like one of them sensitive to one of them or what, or maybe it's just like a kitten thing, they're just still building up their microbiomes. We're giving them probiotics. Every time I feel like they're getting better, every one of them just goes and makes a big mess again. Does Tuna like tuna? Is that wrong if he does? I'm not sure if he likes tuna. He's allowed to. I haven't given him any. But he might. Tiki's the real food scrounger. Tiki will eat anything, and he will eat it as fast as he possibly can. Tiki's original personality was hungry. Some point today, need to upload the new picture of our fox visitor laid down in front of us in the yard. Aw. Here, I gotta make sure I get to the next void incursion. People are doing them, which is good. They are active. I just need to stay on task enough to get over there. I've been mining and doing lumber. Sure, she enjoyed her wet food treats. Milk overrated anyway. Yeah, I just wanted to give her a chance at it. Yeah, she had a nice full tummy. Mackerel tabby cat called Tiger, who died of cancer last summer. Don't think my husband could pick up an actual tiger. Every time I check the big void event, it's always at like 30%. Millimeter damage on their pylon. Friend used to give his pet parrot pieces of chicken. Is that cannibalism? Chickens will eat eggs if they get a taste for them. When you keep chickens, it's recommended that if any eggs break, that you try to remove them as quick as you can, because if a bird gets a taste for her own eggs, some of them will learn how to break their own eggs to eat them, and it just makes like a huge mess. Dude, no. I could use some tea. Maybe at the stream break I'll put on the kettle and I'll see if I have any tea I can make. I can kind of smell the tea I made last night and it was good. I'm out of that kind, but I can make some mint tea or something. I gotta find more batteries. In Gauntlet Dark Legacy, you can get turned into a chicken that shoots fireballs, and if you pick chicken for your health, you actually lose health. Love that little Easter egg. What kind of teas do you favor? I drink a lot of peppermint tea because it's nice in my tummy and because it is dirt cheap. I can get like a pound bag, which is a lot of peppermint tea. So I don't feel like I have to be stingy with it. I just make it whenever I want. That's what I drink most. I like having a chamomile kind of sleepy time tea around. I don't drink a lot of caffeinated tea these days. I like it. I like an English breakfast tea, but I don't really have like a caffeine window for it in my day. I do 1 cup of coffee first thing in the morning, and then I try not to do any more caffeine in the day so that I can sleep because I'm really sensitive to it. Sometimes I'll do caffeine in the afternoon if I'm trying to like work on something, and it'll help, but then I can't sleep that night, so it's kind of the devil's bargain. You're stealing against your future self, and it just messes up my sleep for like days because it kind of snowballs. Drinking tea right now, thinking about making more. I like, in terms of caffeine-free ones, I also like red teas, like honeybush, rooibos teas. African red teas are really nice. I have a little bit of that. I could stand to get some more. We just need 5 more of these. I like green teas too, and I tend to just get gunpowder green tea because I can, again, buy it in bulk pretty cheap, pretty affordably. Loose leaf. Anything with ginger's nice too. Drink Earl Grey? My oldest wanted to know if it was because of Star Trek where the captain drinks Earl Grey. Hot. Well, is it? No shade if it is. I've never managed to get into Earl Grey. Something about the bergamot isn't my cup of tea. I feel like sometimes there's like a depiction of like a food or a drink in a TV show or a movie that just like sticks with you and looks really good, and kind of, or even a book, and kind of makes you want to have it in real life. Like when I grew up, I always really wanted lembas bread from Lord of the Rings because it was like magic food, you know? I also bizarrely kind of wanted to eat the yellow flower from Hercules that Meg picks when she's singing about how she doesn't need love, or she's not fallen in love or whatever, because he gave her a flower, I think. I always wanted to eat it. It looked like butter. We're done with this one? We're done with this one. It's the ratatouille, however you spell it. Don't like Earl Grey either. I like fruity. I don't mind fruity flavors in teas, but I don't do them too often because anytime anything tastes like kind of artificially flavored, I used to really like it. I can't do it anymore. I used to get like the Stash peach flavored teas, and it's a tough one for me now. I tend to do more of like the herbs because they're actually like they're in it, you know. The honey from Winnie the Pooh. That was yummy looking honey. Turkish delights from The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe. What's funny is I remember that, but I didn't know what a Turkish delight was. I'd never heard of such a thing. I assumed it was a turkey. I assumed it was some kind of a turkey sandwich because I was a child and that was as far as my logic went. To this day, I kind of don't really know what Turkish delights are. I'm assuming it's a candy or something. Peach flavored tea, raspberry. I like a raspberry iced tea. Or like a peach iced tea. Thought it was powdered donut. The actual ones were not. They were not good. One cookie, I don't really like Russian tea cakes. Rarely put honey or milk in my tea. Honey for sore throat. I do honey in, whatchamacallit? Ginseng tea. Honey lemon ginseng tea. If I have a cold, I used to just set up camp on my couch with my blankets and tissues and whatever. Make giant pots of honey lemon ginseng tea, put honey into it, and just drink like gallons of it. I don't know if it made me feel better. I don't know if it like fixes you, but it was certainly comforting. It's kind of like a ritual. When I was in my 20s, I used to do that, and I would put on like a K-drama, and I would just like binge hours of it whenever I was really sick. And I was kind of bemoaning recently that I can't get into them anymore because it used to be really good, but like I don't have patience for it now. I'm different. I've changed. From what I've heard from people who have had it, Turkish delight is a solid form of disappointment. I'm gonna need to Google what it is. I need Wikipedia to tell me about this. I also vaguely remember they ate apples, didn't they, when they first got to Narnia? Weren't they like camping out in some ruins eating some apples from a tree or something? I feel like that gave me a vague understanding of like apples as sustenance, and like if I'm hungry, I'll go for an apple because of that. I haven't read any of the Narnia books since I was a kid. Those aren't ones I've reread. That was in Prince Caspian when they went back to Narnia. Oh. I definitely read them as a kid, but it's been a long time. What were the other kids' books you remember growing up with? Oh, lots of them. We had the series of Unfortunate Events, Lemony Snicket. Excellent. I had all of those. I read them repeatedly. I loved The Golden Compass, that whole series of books. Read those a few times. I had the Artemis Fowl series when I was a little kid. Loved that. Got a lot of mileage out of those. Yeah, I had some Animorphs. Those were more when I was younger. Like, I think I'd grown out of those by the time I was 10. Oh, I got a couple of field pouches. What else did I really like reading? I had like a couple of just like random one-off novels that were just in the shelf. I had one about a girl living in the Halifax explosion. Living through the Halifax explosion. I had one about a girl who finds out that she's like a clone of a girl from like a concentration camp in Nazi Germany. That was strange. I had the little series about climbing Mount Everest and about, there was a diving one, there was a shipwrecked one. Those are like little Scholastic series. I also had a lot of classics. I got them cheap from the Scholastic Book Fair. I like ordered a box that came with just like a box of classics. And I liked Dracula. I liked Frankenstein. I loved Jane Eyre. I read that one a million times. I did read A Wrinkle in Time. I did. I had those. The scene in A Wrinkle of Time where they go to the neighborhood where all the kids are bouncing the balls in unison and every house looks the same and everyone goes inside at the same time, like the hive mind neighborhood, has always stuck with me. And whenever I see like a hyper planned out housing development that's very like Whoville with like all the houses completely in line, that's exactly what I think of, and it creeps me right out. I'm expecting there to be just like a giant brain somewhere controlling everything. Jocked06, thank you for the brand new sub. Appreciate it. Remember when the books arrived that you ordered at school? It was so exciting. I forgot about that. I loved that. I loved it. I also giga-rocked with the local library's summer reading program that they would do. They still do it, I'm pretty sure, where they'll have summer reading programs for kids where there's kind of like a points system. You can read books, and I guess it's just honor system if you read them or not. Maybe you had to fill out a report. You read books to earn points, and then there was a leaderboard, and you could get like bookmarks and pens and stuff like that. And I was into it. I was obsessed with that. I have such great memories of that. I'm pretty sure I no-lifed it. Because I liked reading anyway, but like, now you're telling me that I can win and read? Uh-oh. Danger. Series of Unfortunate Events books were so good. Oh no, he's Lemony's Nicked. I never want to know who he actually is. I loved the in-universe author concept. I thought that was so cool and mysterious. I like to think that not even the publisher knew who he was. Mom taught children's literature at UVic, worked in the education library, had to walk into the room she used as her office and pilfer. I used to steal my parents' books because I'd run out of books that I had. And if we hadn't gone to the library or anything, I would just go to, I would go through, they had like compilations of like old stories, like those leather-bound books with like the gold leaf print that just had like old stories about like, I don't know, adventures out west and stuff. I didn't like them very much, but I read them. I went through my parents' university textbooks from like their Psych 101 class that they took in like the 80s or 90s or whatever. Oh, man. I went through the science textbooks. I was convinced that if I could learn how to compress helium and inject it into a broomstick, I'd be able to learn how to fly. And then my parents had to tell me about the Hindenburg. I was so sure. I was like, I'm a smart kid. I'm going to make flying broomsticks happen. Oh, man. What am I doing? I did not make flying broomsticks happen. I don't know how they verified that we read the books. I'm not sure if it was honor system or if you filled out a report about the book. As a kid, the little golden books were the big thing. I feel like I remember those. Sucker for pretty covers. Judge books by their covers hard. Pretty leather ones with the flower detailing. Yeah. I love a pretty cover for a book that I've already read. Like, if I'm trying to find a hard copy of a book that I know that I love, I'll look for an edition that I really like the cover of. But I've been burned too many times by taking a chance, like, on a book I've never read because it had a cool cover and then just not vibing with it. Like that you had science there. Thought if I put a rope on my bike's handlebars, maybe it would turn into a horse. I could follow the logic. I also used to think that the secret to getting elderly, infirm people upstairs was to put them on rollerblades that elevated. I wanted them to pneumatically raise and then the wheels to roll forward to navigate steps. The chair thing on rails did not occur to me, and I didn't see a single problem with having elderly people with poor balance on elevating wheeled shoes. I thought that was going to work out just fine. It did not make it to prototype. My school had a similar system. Had to take a short quiz to prove you read it. Then they had to amend it because the kids would just take the quizzes blind, hope to get lucky with multiple choices. Oh, yeah. Mom's librarian worked at a kid's library during the summer doing the programs. She said she never questioned a kid if they read the book. If they said they did, it was about getting them to enjoy the library. Yeah, I think that's probably how it worked for ours, too. It's nice. I always read them. Loved Bucket. I should make a list of the books that I want to find hard copies of now. I'm rereading The Hobbit right now because I finished Priory of the Orange Tree. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the prequel to it. Maybe if I see it on sale or if I like stumble on it in a store. I think I need another copy of Jane Eyre. I have a digital one, but I haven't had a hard copy of it in a long time, and I used to really enjoy that. Love The Hobbit. I love I'm early in it. I'm taking it really slow to really enjoy it. I love how sassy Gandalf is. He's fantastic. He's really funny. You read Outlander? No, I don't think so. Isn't that like a really horny TV show? Book thing where if you read enough, you got a personal pizza from Pizza Hut. Or am I thinking of something different? Something about a time-traveling nurse. I watched one season of the show before I washed out of it. My wife and I watched the series and stars time traveling. Yeah. Did a deep clean of my bookshelf, got rid of books I didn't enjoy, moved everything by genres and colors. Planning to make an Excel sheet to write down my thoughts on them. Ooh, nice. What am I looking for? I guess I'm just looking for the wood. My lumber. There it is. Ian McKellen is Gandalf in my brain. He does such a good job with the role. When I read the book, I imagine Ian McKellen. Yeah, I do the same thing. Outlander 30% plot, 70% quilts being taken off. Which is totally valid, not a problem, not bad. I'm not against a romance book. I don't really seek them out. And I feel a little bit blindsided when I was reading a book that I didn't think was a romance book, and then it turns out it's just a romance. Or not just a romance book, but that's the central theme of it. I did go through a phase where I was picking like old romances, like the really pulpy ones out of book boxes in the city, and reading them just for fun, like with the Fabio looking dudes on the covers and stuff. I got curious. I want to know what was in them, and the answer is one thing. Not a whole lot of useful plot going on. It's fascinating how some of them are in like massive like series, like it'll be implying and referencing back to like the first 11 books in this romance series, where I guess like every member of this enormous family is getting married to a different pirate or something. Yeah, a lot of bodice ripping going on. Which is fine. Harlequin romance, mom loved those. What are we doing? What am I looking for? I'm looking for these. There we go. Had a volume of softcover books at the hospital. Just smut. Must have been 15 of them. When did Undermine exchange paywall filtering and expansions? First I've heard of it. You mentioned that Astler is almost too horny. Listen more carefully to him. You're so right. I don't think it's a problem. I think he's a little horny for me. I don't think that makes it wrong in general. I'm just stuffy, I think. Like, sir, calm down. Barry's Western Smut, 1800s Farm Girls. That kind of thing will always do well. That'll always have a place in books. Anyone who pretends it's a new thing has not been paying attention. After The Hobbit, I'm not sure if I'm going to reread The Lord of the Rings again. I have hard copies of them now. But I reread them, I feel like, last year. I feel like it's too soon. I gotta leave like 2 years plus between rereads of books. I feel like I can't cycle them that tightly. I gotta find something else. Cannot tell if WoW writing has gotten more into playing with sexual undertones, or if the internet is just hornier than it used to be. Read Denathia, Salatath, Astalar. I think maybe in more recent years, you're getting more exposure of like different types of sexiness. Like there's always been like layers of we're just gonna use the word sex. We'll see if YouTube lets me get away with this. In WoW content, like you go back to like TBC and the TBC raids and like the Shivara and everything going on there. It's not like the game has ever been terribly prude. It's just that you've got more flavors of it now, rather than the very. I feel like the older fashioned fantasy portrayal of sex was very. You had. I can't. I can't do this. I can't do this PG. I can't. I think they're just coming at it from more angles now, and things that appeal to different people than just like one particular type of interest. I gotta find a change of topic. I'm not going anywhere good with this. Friend published 3 trilogies that were all friends to lovers romances. When I was reading those parts, it was 1, embarrassing. 2, was thinking, yes, but this is written by a middle-aged housewife in Wisconsin. I feel like it would be a little I would also feel just a little strange about it. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but like just knowing that you know somebody who wrote this and is like, well, this seems personal. I don't know. I don't know. I'm in support of its right to exist. I just don't. I'm just not reading it for me. Damsel in Distress X Big Knight with gigantic armor. That and then kind of echoes of Princess Leia in the gold bikini, you know. Read Lord of the Rings in 2005. I have a fancy copy of it. All right, starting today. Take your time with it. I feel like that series is so good when you just give it some space and let it breathe. All of the environment in it is so like richly detailed, and like the mood is so good. Even when the mood's bad, it's like really well established. Love that. Takes me ages to get through it, but it's so nice. Had a memory of taking back all my books from the university library. Had about 20 books. Didn't know how it happened, but I got oil on them. Had a $1,000 fine. They said if I could replace them, they could disregard the fine. Did my best to replace all the books. Saw efforts disregarded anyways. Oh, that's nice. Oh, man. Late library books were my childhood anxiety nightmare. I used to have nightmares about having a book I hadn't returned to the library. I haven't had that nightmare in a long time. But that was, as a kid, that was my anxiety dream, was late library books. Look up The Return of the Shadow Trilogy as manuscripts. Fascinating to read the story as he originally conceptualized it. Up to 39%. We only need 2 more assaults and then we can move on with our lives. Also, I can mine while mounted now. That's fancy. Should I just fly away from the Orlings? Or do they drop worthwhile? What do they drop me? Oh, you're supposed to mine them, that's right. You get some ore from them. Bought a lot of books from my uni library at multiples of their retail value because I was so late returning them. They just said, you know what? No more late fees. Just play the replacement cost if you want your degree. Yeah. Our libraries around here don't do late fees anymore. They just do, there's like a time frame where you're supposed to bring it back. And if you exceed that and you just like don't bring the book back, they want you to cover the cost of replacing the book, but they're not going to like do compounding fees or anything anymore. They don't want to discourage people from using the library, which I think is nice. Have you tried Guild Wars 2? I tried Guild Wars 2 back when it came out. That was a while ago. I was younger then. I have no plans to try it again. They don't let you graduate unless you pay up. Oh, man. Understand. I played a Mesmer. And then I reached a point in leveling where the scaling was really bad for it and I couldn't kill anything anymore. And that was where I stopped. And I'm sure they fixed that like 10 years ago, but that's okay. I used to have this idea about books that I was kind of disappointed to lose. Where I thought that if a book has been published, somebody took the effort to write a book, and it got published, it must have value. It must be good. It must be true. I did not really wrestle with until my adult years the fact that there's a lot of garbage books out there, and that anyone can write them containing anything for any reason, and they get published all the time. That kind of upset me. I used to think that they were intrinsically of value just because they were a book, which I now see as kind of silly. I used to just like pick anything off the library shelf, and I found some good books that way, but I just kind of assumed that literally anything that was a book would be good. Not so much. There's a lot of books. Not all of them needed to happen. Also played a Mesmer because it was different enough from WoW classes. Mesmer's a lovely idea for a class trap for new players. Thought the same books equal true. I feel like they taught us that in school because when we were kids and we were doing research for like our school projects on Wikipedia, they would be like, no, 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 use the encyclopedia because it's in a book and therefore it's correct. And to be fair, hopefully the encyclopedia had at least the vague ideas right. I guess I don't know if that's always true, but yeah, I feel like that was part of like our media literacy was don't trust the internet, definitely trust books. And if you're gonna trust the internet, make sure it's a .org or an .edu site, like we have those. I'm sure they're around. I don't think that the adults of my youth would be able to handle explaining how to navigate the internet of today. I don't even want to think about how they go about it. Still have an Encyclopedia Britannica back home. Pretty paperweights nowadays. You're on the internet. Do we trust you about what you're saying about the internet? That's the awful thing about media now, is that there's very little baseline faith that you can have in anything. because so many things are confidently put forward from a place of presumed authority that are not true, or that are only true from one perspective or whatever. Like, it's gotten ugly. So like, what do you even believe? Do you just believe what the people you like believe? You can try and do research and verify things, but even in there, you're gonna find lots of cherry picked. It's very hard to have the required level of media literacy to actually pick out what's true and going on from online. It's kind of an unreasonable burden because most people aren't gonna be able to weed that out. Like, you can make a very convincing sounding, even worse now with AI, because AI is great at making things sound convincing even when they're garbage. You can make a very convincing sounding argument that can be completely biased or untrue or agenda or whatever, using real research. People do it all the time. Drives me nuts. Very good about saying if you aren't sure. I like that. I try. Unfortunately, I'm not sure about a whole lot because my sources are just as messed up as anybody's now. We're just doing our best over here. Luckily, we traffic in vibes more than facts. I'm not here to deliver actual meaningful news. I'm mostly just here to hang out and be a human being. I think there might be cats trying to break into my office. I think they found a toy. They're doing fine out there. This is my last incursion. This is the last one. And then we can start some tea. I used to also think that as an adult, I was going to have to read the dictionary and the encyclopedia and all of the general references so that I could gain all the knowledge I needed to live an adult life. I thought I needed to know all of your basic standardized knowledge. And if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to grow up. It just wouldn't work. I kind of thought that all adults had like their study time where they figured they went through their dictionaries and their encyclopedias and their reference books so that they could know everything that the grown-ups knew, because all the grown-ups I interacted with were like teachers and they seemed to know a lot of stuff. I kind of figured that was going to have to happen. There we go. Void response team. Which volume did you get to? Not super far. I did I did more of the dictionary than I did the encyclopedia because I had a dictionary at home. The encyclopedia I could only read in the library. But I had a copy of a dictionary that I was reading because I was annoying. And in lieu of a social life, that was my only access to a personality. I'm going back to town is what we're going to do. See if we can buy that mount. I guess I can just hearth. Must have watched that cat and dog movie. Amount of misinfo I see in the clinic is overwhelming. I spend half my day convincing people what they saw on Facebook is incorrect. I'm not even successful half the time. That must be... That would... You're stronger than me. I couldn't deal. I would just start shaking people. Which I understand is frowned upon. Something assault and battery. We are looting these. We're going to look into the vendor. Because I think that the Void Response Team achievement just unlocks the ability for you to purchase the mount. Brother still has the complete set of 1984 Britannica and Encyclopedia on his shelf at home. Well, we can get these two, because... How many of these do I have? 360. So 3 of these bags. Oh, the bags. Okay, I was looking for the bag in my bag to open the bag to get my things, but they just auto open. That's right. Okay. That's just purple gear. I did all the shoulders. Slash target Sergeant Vornin. Ah! So close. Literally right behind me. There we go. Oh, right. Okay, well, we can get this one. We can get our Unbound Mana Worm. It's like, wait, what do you mean there's another one? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. People will straight up say, well, what do you know? And I'm like, what? Do you see that degree on the wall? These days, people think their common sense is as accurate as decades of peer-reviewed science because the guy on YouTube said so. I think it's very hard for people to accept that sometimes medicine is not an exact science that's 100% effective. Like, as a kid, you're told you're going to go to the doctor, they're going to sort you out, and you're going to be fine. So the second that you're an adult and you encounter like kind of a mysterious issue or something that doesn't respond to treatment, and your doctor's trying different things, it's very easy when you're at your appointment for your 4th different prescription because they're like, well, I don't know, try this. It's very easy to then kind of reach that conclusion of like, if they could have fixed me, they would have done it by now. And then people go down really dangerous rabbit holes. You see it all the time, I think, with like things that are harder to treat or less consistent to treat. And it doesn't mean that medicine isn't effective or that they don't know things, but it's very hard to accept that there's stuff that just can't be consistently fixed. And then people want to do something, so then they end up going down all kinds of dangerous treatment routes. I was doing a lot of research on and different veterinary medications because whenever the vets were prescribing things for Tuna and Tiki, I wanted to read more about what is this medicine, what do they prescribe it for, what are the side effects, etc. And I just kind of wanted to read up on the info of each of the medicines. And there's a lot of community online of humans trying to get these medicines underground because they're convinced they're going to fix all kinds of different things. And these are like anti-parasitic medications. And sometimes people do discover off-label things, but I feel like that whole channel of the internet's gone in a strange direction. It was so weird to see all of these people looking for these like dewormers and stuff for things that are not worms. But when you're desperate, you'll believe anything because what else are you gonna do? I need to figure out what I'm doing next. I think I'm just gonna put on the kettle and make some tea. Oh, I should BRB screen, huh? And the kettle's still on. I'll probably get up in a few minutes to get it when it beeps. I want to figure out what's next for me. Because there's rares for mounts, but I've also just kind of, I guess, discovered this vendor. And it's occurred to me that there may be things that I want, that I wish to have from it. Unbound Mana Worm. Let's use that for a while. Let's replace our Prey Seeker's Nightmare. And let me see here. The kittens are still playing. Cappy. Sure, yeah. Waiting for one world quest in BFA to finish the Johnny Mount meta. Nice. Those ones are so annoying. Very pretty worm. Grats to your magic flying worm. Thank you. I'm gonna list, while I'm waiting and figuring out what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna list some of the ore that I've picked. See if any of this is worth anything. A couple hundred gold. Not nothing. Not a ton, but not nothing. The meat's gone up a lot. A lot of people going through feasts. I think a lot of people are doing keys. And like doing keys and alts and whatnot. Enchants have rallied and so have enchants and let's disenchant epic things. Not blue ones. The blue ones we're gonna vendor. The warbound ones we're gonna put in the thing. Do I have any epic soulbounds? No, I don't. Okay. So there is 2 pets I can get at renown 6 of ritual sites. I like this one, and I can't explain why. And then there's a mount for renown 8. So if I want further mounts from this, I just need to get ritual site renown. So I guess I can't quit them completely if I would like to earn these things, which I think I would. Looking back, had a lot of fun grinding that meta. Had that problem waiting the world quest is torture. Don't have the Dragonflight one half done. That one's fussy. That one has a lot in it. Hi, babies. I'm gonna make some ginger tea is what I'm gonna do. I'll bring it to my desk so I can steep it here and just take the tea bags out of my desk without getting up again. I haven't been doing any more delves. If I ever want, and I'm not going to do this today because I don't want to, but if I ever want to do more delve achievements, Midnight Delve, Healer, Darkway, Shadow Enclave, Midnight Delver, there's lots of achievement points in there. I'm pretty sure I finished my delve journey. I did my delve journey. My Valir is nearly leveled. She's 57. If I look at my ritual site is actually 4 of 8. It's not bad. There's 6, 7, 8. Is ritual site renown time gated or can you just grind it? I'm gonna get that tea. Give this 5 minutes, and then I have my teacup and everything. What are you two doing? Oh, it's danger. That's right by the power button, guys. Oh. The cats go crazy for those plastic springs. You can grind it. Reputation. So what's the most efficient way to grind it? Can you hear them? They're going bananas. Normally they're napping by now. They're gonna tucker out soon. Cats love sprigs too. Just crazy. Universal constant for cats. Yeah, if you're getting a kitten and you're thinking about what kind of toys, just save yourself some time and get like a giga pack of the plastic springs. They're cheap. They're dirt cheap. The crinkle balls are a success around here too. They also really like the Mylar crinkle balls. Pretty much every other type of toy. The wands are good, but the rest of them all seem to be a waste of money around here. Yeah, packing paper, great. Kira used to love crumpled up paper balls. Doing tier 3s with 4 affixes for speed. Okay. Paper towel rolls. Oh, I have some of those. I should... Do I cut them up into rings or just give them the whole roll? Hi, babies. Hi, guys. How you doing? Because I wouldn't mind working on ritual sites for renown. And there's also... There are also mounts and stuff that I still need. So let me pull up the Wowhead guide. Unpeeled a little, let them play with the chaos spiral. Dollar store tunnels, join them together to make a 10-foot tent tunnel. Oh, I want to try a cat tunnel with them. I bet they'd like it. Moose is gonna go nuts. Yeah, I know what you mean. The cardboard tube, the inner cardboard tube. I'll have to try that. I have one. Never stopped undoing paper towels. We had to rubber band them. I could probably get away with keeping mine in the cupboard. I don't use it. I mostly use like washable stuff, but I keep paper towels away for anything that I want to, that's really like, really gross basically. How did you get it back here again? They pick up the springs in their mouths and they carry them around so they can throw them down and start swatting at them again. It's really cute. I love seeing a cat just trotting by with a little spring. Told a friend once. They gave a whole roll of paper towels to their cat, and I was like, no, I meant the tube. Cats love the mesh baskets you put laundry in, the collapsible ones. Roll around in it. The ones on the outside pounce the ones inside. Any kind of territory that they can ambush from within or around. I feel like that's what... these guys have a couple cardboard boxes that I've given them, either just like sitting on the floor, or I've like cut some windows and doors in cardboard boxes, and they go nuts for the box forts because they just want to practice ambushing. And to stop garnishing cocktails at home, one of our cats became a fiend for the toothpick or swizzle stick, would steal them out of our glasses. Happy Friday, Hazel. Happy Friday. Concerning they could swallow them. They would have to break it to swallow it first. If I see them chewing on it, we'll keep an eye on them. You want to supervise them. They're bigger than their mouths, though. The thing that I worry about them with is if they chew any, like, strings or threads off of stuff. I have to watch them with my curtains, too. Tuna likes to bite the curtains. Because you don't want them eating threads. That's dangerous. What are we doing? What are we doing? Oh, I've gone too far, but I found a rare. Dog is scared of the tunnel because my cat keeps biting her ankles when she walks by. The bum wiggle they do is very cute. Tiki apparently, while we were doing keys last night, caught a big bug. One of those big... I forget what flight he called it. Like a mosquito hawk? Kind of a flying daddy long legs looking thing. Apparently Tiki caught one. I don't know if he killed it or what happened. I think it may have gone missing. But just kind of proud of him. I feel like he's the more adept hunter. Tuna's all attitude. Tiki's pretty effective. Crane flies. Yeah, I think he got one of those. Speaking of bugs, yesterday I was unboxing a package in a cardboard box that had some cat things. Some cat food and a cardboard scratcher for them. And I saw the craziest spider inside the box. It had put like a little web on the inside of the box, and it was like big with like a red mark on its butt, but it was like jumping spider shaped, and it was huge. And I saw it after taking the stuff out. I'm like, wow, I'm really glad I didn't stick my hand into that. I took it outside and I used a broom to kind of help encourage it to go into my garden, where I hope it can live and find lots of yummy things to eat and not be in my recycling. Scary though. It was pretty big. I'd never seen a spider quite like that. And we're back at ritual sites. I have to figure out what I want to do. Because I know that I want renown. And we're going to get renown no matter how we do this. Oh, that's right. I was going to look through the... Let me look at the guide again. Let's do a little reading. Ritual sites. Points of interest. Oh, interesting. Yeah. So there's the renowns. Rewards. Discovery and drops. I'm pretty sure I have the eagle. And the bear. We're looking for washed up kelp for the snapdragon. That's in this one. We're looking for the egg that floats in the waterfall. So kelp, egg. The Lynx toy is going to be a rare drop. So we'll just kill stuff, I guess. It's not a bad idea for full clearing. The Lynx kitten is from rustling bushes. So we have to just keep finding those. I did find one in my last run. We're not at renown 8 yet. I don't really care about the Lynx harness or the crafting thing. And I don't know about that one. Okay. So I'm looking for floating egg, kelp, and rustling bushes. That's what I'm looking for. I guess my question, and what I want to know... I don't need gear from it. So I guess... Number of challenges required. I guess I'm trying to figure out what difficulty I want to do it on, because I don't think that anything that I'm pursuing requires a high difficulty. I'm gonna look through the achievements. Never caught the Lynx kitten. You have to keep finding the rustling bushes. So it takes multiple different ritual sites. Eventually you will be able to catch him, but it's... Or, like, he'll spawn in a way that you can get him, but you have to click, I think, 6 or more different bushes in different instances of it before you can get him. So let me pour some tea, and we'll look at the ritual site achievements, and I'll see if there's anything I want to think about in there. Hello, Hazel. Hello, Darth Quack. Spiders are your friends. Help around the house, don't ask for much. Yeah, I'm not saying I never kill spiders, but I try to either just pretend I didn't see them, or... if they're really freaky and I can catch them, I try to move them outside. But yeah, I feel like they are the... They're not gonna, like, overrun the house, because they're territorial, right? I feel like they won't. There's only so much territory for them. I have one room that still has our cardboard boxes from when we moved. It's kind of like a storage room right now. It's got all our fishing stuff and then all this cardboard. And, I'm pretty sure that room is, like, Spidertopia. I don't go into that cardboard unless I'm wearing gloves, just because I don't want to accidentally disturb somebody and get chomped. Tier 3 or higher. Feel like I didn't see them as often if it wasn't 5. Is it 6? Is it 10? It's something. It's a few of them. Okay, let me look at achieves that I want to do here. So the only thing I need for this meta is just renown. There is an achievement for doing tier 5 with 8 challenges present. And another one for doing anything with 8 challenges present, which is kind of redundant. And then another one for doing it. So you can get, 40 achievement points if you do a tier 5, 8 challenges solo. If I care about achievement points, that's kind of a project. I don't know if I care about achievement points. It kind of sounds like a fun challenge. And then same thing for each of the 2 ritual sites have that. Oh, and then there's another one for doing it with 6. Yeah, I would get a lot of achievements if I made that happen. It would be like an hour. I bet I'd have to be giga careful, though. It's probably super dangerous. Big danger. Without destroying any dark obelisks. Even with all active? You think I can do it? I died a few times when I was in here with like 4 or 5 challenges last time on my warrior. But I think I'm going to give it a try. I think that makes it sound fun. Because we can take it super slow. I can pull 1 pack at a time. I can flask food, etc. I have Phoenix Soils. I have Magister's Flasks. I have a few Hardy Royal Roasts. I think we should try a tier 5 with 8 challenges. And we can also look for collectibles at the same time. We could basically full clear the place. So what do you get? You get rooting, the guys that you have to kick, extra troops, more troops are triggered. Or as long as you keep track of the Healy Green bubbles. What are the Healy Green? Oh, I see. I know the Healy Green bubbles. Dark Obelisk, disable them or face them with their Malevolent Boons. So I'd probably disable the Obelisk by killing the packs around them. Or do you have to click on an Obelisk to disable it? Puddles, extra traps, patrols. Hi, Crazy. I still have to go into my Windows settings and disable my power button. Attack the Obelisk. Okay. Kill it. It has health. Got it. You guys think I can do this? Let's do it. Let's do it to find out if we can do it. We have an hour and 20 minutes. We're going to clear all kinds of mobs is what we're going to do. Here, I'm going to use my weapon oils. I even have drums for later. I'm going to eat a Hardy Royal Roast. And then I'm going to use a Magister's Flask. Yeah, I have 154 healing potions. I have 82 lights potentials. I'm in my Key Delve and World spec, which I think is fine. Let's just start, you know? Carefully. One thing at a time. I'm not going to pull really any more than strictly necessary at any time, because there's 0 timer, there is 0 rush. And if anything, I want a little bit more space to see the mechanics of each mob kind of one at a time, so I know what's going on if I do end up in a big pack of them. So there's the puddle. Looking for bushes. I'm just mousing over to look for them, really. Good luck. Oh, thank you. So that's the route. I have interrupt. Oh. I have a few different tools that I can use for things. I have my Shockwave, I have my Stormbolt, I have my Spell Reflect, and I have my regular kick, which I just whiffed. For heals, I can also roll Victory Rush, or whatever they call it, Impending Victory. Especially if I do it kind of between mob kills, that should be fine. Spell Reflect. Tuna sandwich arrived, could not fight the urge. Nice! Oh, that's cute. Stinky Potion. Stinky Bright Potion makes life much easier. Okay. Keep an eye on it. Sometimes, I think at some point in my life, I messed with my gamma settings to brighten everything up a little bit. And I'm just kind of happy that way. I'm just sort of pleased with that. So she dies fine. We're gonna get lots of spoils for all this. I'll tell you that much. So the embers are the ones where you have to kill the mobs. The obelisks I'm gonna need to actually fight. Recent discovery of mine. Number 7 is a ranged interrupt. I think you need to spec into it to make it kick. I'll have to see. It doesn't say. Let me see. Heroic throw. I'll try it. That would be cool. I wonder if this is one of the patrols that they don't want me to fight. Cause I'm doing it. No. Not interrupting for me. I hit that guy that was casting Fragility with one. Didn't do anything. Stormbolt will stun, yes. I have Stormbolt, I have Shockwave, I have my melee interrupt, I also have a Spell Reflect for just damage casts. But Heroic Throw will pull from range, which is good, but it's not going to kick, I don't think. Victory Rush is the reason I can't play any other class than Warrior. It's funny, I always thought on a Warrior I would be fighting for health, but I'm healthier on my Warrior than I am on a lot of things. It may be an arms talent. That could be it. I only play Fury. So these Mind Eaters I remember kind of suck. That Mind Eraser is no good. We don't want that. Two mobs who will be next to the squid mini boss, so you don't have to deal with them when you're fighting them. Yeah, I found last time I did this that we could pull them separately. That was nice. I literally don't want a single extra mob that I absolutely must do. This will be good warrior practice for me. Also, I can let them cast Lightning Bolt. It doesn't hurt that bad. Kind of want... It's nice that they charge. Played ARMS since Wrath. Seems like Blizzard forgot about ARMS since Mists of Pandaria. Alright, we're gonna use some cooldowns here for whatever kind of comes in. Oh, that was easy. Okay. I got the Mind Eraser and the thing. That's good. Okay. Yeah, so far this is okay, but I remember it was a pull on the very far beach that, like, giga sucked when I was doing this last time. Just checking for bushes. Let me see, my phone's going off. Make sure, not emergency. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Okay. Kills until magical alarm bells. Oh, I guess that's gonna summon extra mobs. Oh! Oh my word, are you alright? Oh, honey! What happened? Oh, are you okay? You fall off my computer? He's okay. Didn't even know he was up there. Both of the kittens are on the floor right around my chair. I have to make sure I don't move it. Who went thwump? Tiki went thwump. And I was a bit worried because he was like laying really flat, but I pet him and he's okay. He's just waiting in ambush. You good? It terrifies me when they fall. They land pretty good because they're cats and they're getting more nimble by the day, but it like my heart stops every time one of them like falls off of something, which is more often than you would think. Okay, so for this pull, I want to do Mind Eraser first because I really don't want to mess with getting Mind Erased. It sucks. This guy hurts quite a bit. Let me eat a couple of these guys. There we go. That's fine. Parent, you always want to protect them. Sometimes they have to learn what to not do for the times you're not around. All cats have a PhD in physics, but they need to do the experimental work to get their degrees. Yeah, these guys are definitely first years. They are in there doing backflips off the frat house balcony stage of their physics degrees. Oy. Tiki fell off backwards of the cat tree and was like doing a windmill cat. He landed fine, but my heart stopped for a second yesterday. Like, buddy, I'm gonna need you to keep it together. Please. So 12 more kills until magical alarm bells. I'm interested. I haven't done that affix yet, so I'm interested to see kind of how that feels. Wrecking throw, not heroic throw. Oh, I see. Yeah, this my 7 key is definitely heroic throw. Used to be an interrupt, no longer. Gotcha. And as a druid, balance feels just so unreasonable compared to the other specs. Bear feels like cheating while questing. I'm being really overly conservative with using my cooldowns, trying to save them for like when I need a big pull. And we should probably just find a spot and use them. This is the waterfall where the egg floats down. I don't see it. Pretty sure this is the right waterfall. Alarm bell, big ol' nothing burger? Because my Z key is my spell reflect. Spell reflection. It's a great tool. No, you're totally fine. Just doing one mob at a time. Love that your warrior's a gnome. I was anti-gnome for so long, but little warriors are great. Oh, there's Wrecking Throw. Shift said. Hurl your weapon at the enemy, causing damage, ignoring armor, dealing damage. Oh yeah, it'll silence for 3 seconds. I do have a talent for that. Okay. I'm gonna put it on Shift F instead. I'll remember it, don't worry. Long cooldown. 45 seconds. Okay, that's not too bad. Alarm bell's pretty soon. I guess I just want to make sure, like with Horrific Visions, that I don't hit it in the middle of like a dangerous pack. We'll see. Hello, Jedi Bob. How are you doing today? Here, we'll try it. Oh yeah, that works great. I didn't know that. That is a good tip. We got there. Yeah, I have lots of stops then. Oh hey, I got the Enchanted Naga Scroll. Nice. I guess I just talked to somebody about that. I don't have to do anything extra in this particular delve. So I want to find 2 mobs to kill. I wonder if the bug counts. Yeah, we'll just do this guy. This guy and his friend. Alright. Alarm bell's going off. Here's a portal. It's a Deep Lurk Shadowblade. I may have respected this a little bit too much. Scared of getting camped by 2 gnome rogues at STV circa 2011. That is a long-lasting damage. Meow. Oh, how are you doing? How's my tiny little tuna? Oh, you want up? Okay. Oh, careful, careful. Watch out, everybody. Come here. Tuna wants up. Hang on, quick tuna break. Oh no, a single non-elite mob, right? Hi. Hi, baby. Thanks for being a baby. I'm helping. He had like a red spot on his ear that showed up one day, and I was horrified that he might have ringworm. But I think he just over-groomed it in the car when he was stressed because he was going to get his shots. Because it's been healing up just fine. Isn't he cute? He's very, very, very soft. The other kitten's getting softer too, but this one's got like slightly longer fur. He's a little muffin. He's a little puffball. Okay. Also, what are you doing? Can you unhand? I like these pants. Sir. Unhand my ankle. What are we doing here? What are we doing? We have troublemakers. Hang on. I know. We're not finishing this ritual site in a hurry. We can visit with the babies for a second. What are you guys doing? This guy was like clinging upside down to my ankle and I was like lifting him with my leg. Hi. Are you two almost ready for a nap? What do you think? Sleepy? Any chance of sleepy? Oh, alright. Tuna's gonna go unplug stuff. Unpaw. Or he's gonna sleep on the desk, one of them. Kittens turned a year old yesterday. Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday to your baby. Okay, we're going this way. Let's remember how to play Harm's Warrior. Tuna's like looking for things to get into trouble, but you can tell he's falling asleep. He's kind of like nodding out while he's nodding off while he's like debating if he wants to start swatting around my headphone case. And then Tiki's just sat right in my lap where I put him. They're helping a little bit. I'm feeling pretty sad this morning. Mornings are hard because Miss Kira used to come out and say hi to me in the morning. Being a kitten is hard work. They were working extra hard this morning. Let's do. Oh, that's with me. I guess that's traveling. Or it's traveling on this guy, I guess. had like a really vivid dream about her last night. And it was really nice, but then when I woke up, I was really sad. Let's do some of these dagger spines first. Tuna, do you want me to move that so you can sleep on my desk? I'm gonna let you get in the habit of sleeping on my desk, and then you're gonna get big, and then you're not gonna fit. They're so cute. Their toes are really cute, the babies. Tuna's look like jelly beans because he's got like kind of pink and then tan ones. And then Tiki's look like coffee beans because he's got like dark colored toes. Desk is 2/3 cat bed. Room for my keyboard and mouse. Did they ever attack the mouse? The movement of the mouse cable I find has been very tempting to all cats. I don't know if they're coffee flavored. I keep telling him I'm gonna bite him, but I haven't done it. Every time he bites me, I tell him, I never bite you. What's up with this? Had to get a wireless mouse with my new kit and he was too excited by the cable. Cat attacks my hand while I'm gaming, but then he cuddles it. He's so confusing. Nothing like the love mall. So, there's a lot of mobs in here. This could be a dangerous pull if I do a big one. I'm gonna try to filter a few mobs out. And when I do tackle what's left, I want to do it with my ACDs. After of them climb up the pant legs. Tiki's more likely to do it. He was doing that a lot. We're working on it because he likes to do that when you're trying to get him his breakfast. So he does not get his breakfast until he is sitting calmly and not. He has to sit and he has to not climb up my legs before I give him any food, and that's been working. He's caught on to that in a hurry. Oh, they're both gonna sit on my lap. Oh, they're grooming each other. Oh, you guys are good babies. You're so sweet. Trimming the nails has helped. And then, yeah, just not feeding him until... Because that was mainly what was doing it. Was he just wanted to kind of get up and hurry his food along. Skaven666, thank you for the 4-month resub. Wow, hype. Yeah, they get sharp claws. I'm lucky in that they both kind of let me trim them. I was nervous about that because Kira and I had many years of practice in nail trims, and I was kind of like, how am I ever going to get to do the nails of these new guys? But I just kind of like popped them in my arm like I did for Kira, and I kind of trimmed their nails and then gave them a treat, and they were just kind of like, oh, okay, like just a bit more like they were too confused to argue, and then they liked the treat. So I think that's how I'm going to get them. Toothbrushing is going to be harder. We're working on toothbrushing, but it's going to be a very slow process. Right now, they're just kind of licking a little of the cat toothpaste off of the toothbrush every night at toothbrushing time, and then maybe a little treat. We'll get there. And then I was thinking about getting harnesses so we could work on harness training you guys, but it's hard because like I need something giga adjustable because they're tiny right now. And I'm kind of cheap and I don't really want to buy 2 harnesses, but you want to get them used to it while they're young, but they're growing so fast right now. Wondered if cats would do okay with an electric toothbrush. You know there's got to be some weirdo cat out there that's like into that, because there always is. There's always one absolutely cracko cat that just likes whatever the thing is, but I always just used a manual toothbrush. I actually got human baby toothbrushes for these guys. They're cute. They've got little suction cups in the bottom so you can stick them to the counter. because cat toothbrushes are so expensive, and as far as I can tell, it is the same size and it is the same thing. Oh, I messed up last night. I had to throw out my own toothbrush because I was really tired and I was really sad, and I was trying to brush Moose's teeth, and we were trying to check his gums because he had chewed on something that we weren't real thrilled with. He had found a piece of plastic and chewed on it because he's having a tough time too. And we were kind of like looking in his mouth to make sure that he wasn't bleeding. And I like went to go put his toothpaste on the toothbrush, and I did. And then I like look around and I realized I put the dog toothpaste on my toothbrush. So I threw it out. I need a new toothbrush. It's it's beef flavored toothpaste. We're not doing that. But I've never, in all my years of brushing their teeth, I've never done that before. Oh, I need this. Boys are trash babies. Stresses me out. I don't have to have them both in harness at the same time. Probably not, no. I wouldn't mind getting them both used to harnesses and backpacks so we can take them out places. When we went to Bouchard Gardens, there was a man with a cat backpack and a cat in a harness just walking around, and it was the best thing. It made my day. Don't knock it till you try it. Accidentally used my dog's toothpaste, tasted like bacon. Thankfully, I didn't put it in my own mouth. Partly because it's dog toothpaste, and partly because I'm a pescatarian. I have no interest in beef-flavored toothpaste. Hiya. Hi, Miss Nebulas. Happy 4-month resub. Appreciate it very much. Thank you. Glad to have you here. Harness them together, fashion a little chariot. Could be those people with a cat stroller. Could be fine. Wiener dog in a harness since he was born? Oh, if we ever take it off him, he tries to slip it back on himself. Had to keep buying new ones. Oh, interesting. Boy likes his harness. Could have been Moose's backup toothbrush. Yeah, I suppose so. They're pretty cheap. It's confusing because Moose uses a human toothbrush. His mouth is so big that we just use regular toothbrushes for him. I'm looking for rustling bushes. Are they always up? Or are they not always up? I found one last time. What is this poison cloud? I don't know. Didn't think about baby toothbrush. I'll check it out. Bit cheaper than buying toothbrushes for cats. You still have to get their teeth professionally cleaned, but it definitely buys you some time. Plus, they all like being included. Kira started showing up for her toothbrushing at a certain point. She would come get you if you forgot to brush your teeth. And then she would like pretend, she would like complain about it, but she'd be like, listen, I'm not gonna like this, but you have to do it. It's bedtime. You must do my teeth now. And then Moose is easy because he loves it. Plus, he's really easygoing. I can like move his lips around. I can dig around in his mouth. He doesn't mind. He's a good boy. He's very chill. So this pack is the one that I really sucked at. This is where I died last time, as I did a big pull. The mind eraser mind erased me. So what we're not going to do is do it all at once. We're just going to kind of pick around it. We're going to do little bits. That works. I was just about to ask you to come over here. I better get a lot of renown for this. I guess I'm gonna get a lot of achievements, and then I won't need to do like an 8 affix tier 5 again, because I'm just kind of doing it for the achievement. I may need to get my headphones out. Actually, they're on my desk, which is good, because I've got 2 cats in my lap, and I do not want to get up right now. One achievement, you need a group of 3 or more. Yeah, I saw that. I might just leave those ones alone. I don't really want to do these in a group. I might just kind of get the ones that sound like fun. Here, I'm just going to switch out my headphones now while I'm thinking about it. I hope you don't slide off. I've got one cat who's oozing down and falling between my knees, so I'm kind of using my adductors to keep the cat from falling. And the other one is like oozing off the edge, but I think he's got a blanket holding him in. I think Tiki's okay. It's Tuna we're afraid to lose here. Hashtag feline paralysis. Do well pray in nightmare mode to get the pretty man and worm mount. Nice, congrats. The custom hunts made that. I could never have done it if they hadn't changed custom hunts like that. Hi Bubba, how you doing? You comfy? I know it's like extra warm. I've got my heated blanket on. I was cold this morning. A bit loud. We just do a few every day. I'm a blood DK. So do not stand in the drowning bubble. Yeah, this isn't bad. I think I just wasn't respecting it enough the first time, and that's why I was wiping, is because I was trying to do bigger pulls than I needed to. I am upset that I haven't found any kelp and I haven't found any bushes, and I didn't find the egg. We did do a couple rares. Maybe there's bushes over here. I know there's different bush spawn points. I'm wearing a sweater. I flip up the bottom edge of the sweater to put their butt in the pocket I made. Their liquid will melt. Love cats. I love cats too. I love cats and dogs. I'll never... No one could ever make me pick. I pick both. I always pick both. Love spell reflect on my warrior. Yeah, it's a good button. This is a big pack. Tuna, we've lost your back legs. You're gonna have to climb up. Can you make it onto my lap, buddy? There he goes. He's climbing up. The first time I met him, I was doing that same thing of trying to, like, use my muscles to hold my lap very still so that he could sleep on it, because he was snoozing. And, he was so cute and baby and sleepy, I didn't want him to fall. One thing that is really generous about these that makes them a lot easier is these mobs don't really social pull at all. I'm sure some of them do, but most of them you can with like a ranged attack or a throwing knife or whatever you're gonna use. Pardon me. Sorry, guys. You can grab just one thing and pick it apart, and they're not gonna AoE pull most of them. These guys just have a lot of health. a lot of stuff going on in this pack. Oh, that sucks. Okay, that hurts. That's a health pot. I made it through there. I think I had an extra guy in the back or something. Doing something. Good. Yeah, the health bubbles are nice. I go super slow when I do max level rituals. Takes me an hour plus. Gesture Warlock Moon. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna be at too. I'm basically full clearing this like the way I used to tackle my Torghast. My hard Torghast runs, like Twisting Corridors or something. Just really thorough, very slow. Rustling Bush, found it. Okay. This is only like Bush 2 for me, so I'm not getting a Lynx Kitten yet, but we're working on it. Oh, bless you. I do such good AoE that it's kind of a shame not to do a few AoE pulls if you have cooldowns up. Fury Warrior's kind of built for it. Did I get everything done that I wanted to do on these shores? I think so. I think we're ready to start moving towards the middle. We can kind of come up this left beach here. Try not to get rooted even though it's underwater. There's an item that can drop, not the one that we got earlier, but like a toy that I'll need to kind of keep an eye on. Or keep an eye out for. We're looting everything, so if it does drop, we'll get it. Ouch. I could have escape artist that, but I kind of want to save it for in combat if we need it. I want to go do this obelisk. Does it tell you how many are left? Tells you how many embers of power are left. That obelisk just despawned on us. Weird. Thought I had to. Maybe I cleaved it or something. So this is the last captured void creature. Let's cool down this. I don't like that, but I can't do much about it. I can spell reflect and see if it spell reflects. Not looking real good. Can also kind of pull this back. I'd rather not get it with that guy. It's like right on top of him though. Alright, with the guy it is. Didn't quite get out of that. Out of the way of that. keep an eye out for some green orbs. There's one. Because these guys, these are the patrols I think they want you to avoid. They just have a lot of health. When I was doing keys last night on my priest, I was just sending a bonus roll on every single one because I need Mythtrack gear in most slots. And I had 7 bonus rolls banked, and I knew I wasn't going to do that many keys. So I just started bonus rolling all of them, and I was getting terrible luck. I just kept getting weapon after weapon after weapon when a weapon is my crafted embellish slot. Enrage bar like that. It's part of my personal... Oh no, that was... It's a cooldown manager thing, I think. Options, gameplay enhancements, advanced cooldown settings, I think? And then under buffs, you can go to tracked bars and you can add it. To be honest, I don't know if I'm really looking at it like I should be. It's a good idea. Alright. This is a lot of casters. I might sit and wait for some CDs. I wonder if I can get this one to kind of come. Just you, yeah. Helpful. I'm probably just gonna circle that big eyeball guy and kill everything else that I can without pulling him, so I can hopefully pull him as close to solo as possible. Howdy, howdy, Runelite. How are you doing today? I'm trying a tier 5 ritual site with all affixes up. Partly for achievements. I also definitely... I decided I want to keep getting renown with them. So I need more. Oh, there's some up there too. Can I just like... No, that would be too easy. Worry about that in a little bit. Probably clear all this stuff early. Good evening, Candic. I hope you're having a lovely Friday. The thing we're most afraid of is the mini boss before the final boss. If I wanted to wing drums, I'd probably do it there. I don't think I'm gonna need to though. We've been doing okay. We clear out everything over here? I think so. There was an obelisk on this side. There's an obelisk over here in the ocean on this side. There's sharks out here. That's funny. I didn't know that. I wonder if I can check like the buffs on the boss and see if he's got any further obelisks juicing him up or anything. No, don't see anything. Can I? Oh, I can. You can recuperate underwater. Although I don't think it's working, actually. It still spawned the campfire. How are you guys doing? Two kittens on the lap. And we're trying to not lose either of them off the edge here. Nice kitties. How do I want to do this? I kind of want to go all around the front. Yeah, let's just get this one. Don't eat my... Don't worry about that. That's just my tea bag. Tiki's going for a wander on the desk. He's kind of near the camera button, so if he disables the camera, I'll sort it. This guy's the only part of the site that's hard. Yeah. Some of the big pulls can be dangerous if you overpull them, but we've been pretty cautious this round. Do you ever feel like you want to have a surprise the stream with the game you're playing day? Not really. Mostly because historically when I do that, I about have my stream numbers. So I feel like if I don't mind playing WoW, my best bet is to play WoW. And I mean, half the stream numbers is still a valid, viable, it's a good stream. But if you can if you can do the normal thing, I feel like that's usually what people are looking for. I think I'm ready to fight this guy. It's funny, I've been in here for 45 minutes because of my buff duration, I can tell. I'm gonna do no drums, but I'm gonna do potion, and I'm gonna do just regular CDs here. Oh, I didn't move out of the route. That's my bad. Alright, and he's dead. That's fine. We didn't need drums for that. Biggest issue with ritual sites is the length. They're pretty short if you're doing the lower difficulty ones and you just AoE pull everything. But I feel like it's more fun to do like the biggest challenge you can and take it really slow. I feel like that makes everything feel more meaningful. My issue is it's hard to figure out what the most efficient or what the best thing to do is in terms of difficulty for ritual sites. It's hard for me to tell, especially because they're infinitely spammable. You don't have limited entry. Should you be doing lots of quick low ones? Should you be doing something in the middle? Should you be doing the hardest ones possible? Especially if you don't need the gear from Vault. It's not immediately clear what you should even be doing. Do you just do them infinitely until you max out the renown? I feel like the structure of it's not super clear to me. If that spell reflected or not. Might have done. Nice. Alright, so I got a bunch of achievements. I got Ritual Site Challenge, Ritual Site Extreme, Ritual Site Rogue, Ritual Site Handler, Ritual Site Master, Challenge Alarm Bells, Expert Challenge Alarm Bells, Challenge Malevolent Balloons, Excellent Challenge Malevolent Balloons, Challenge Patrols, Expert Challenge Patrols, and Patrol Ambusher. And then somebody in my guild is like, whoa. Big grits, yeah, thank you. So, that's what we were after. Cyber Mike B, thank you for the 14-month resub. Appreciate it. Max level, do that at least once, then you can do level 1s for the mount drops. Yeah. Yeah, no, that was fine. That wasn't bad. So we got... Let's go see what we get out of the end box. If I scroll up past the achievement spam. No rep yet. That gave me 1,400 plus another 750 rep. And then 142 accolades. So I feel like if I want to grind them for... I mean, we can go back to town. But if I want to grind them for mounts and for renown, I could probably take it down to like, what, a 4? A 3? That was a lot of achievements, right? I figured that was the most achievements I could get in one run worth of ritual sites. I'm going to go turn in the Naga scroll thing. Love your shirt? Thank you. Me too. It's funny, when I used to buy shirts from like gift shops or whatever, like a piece of merch, I would try to find my size, and now I just buy an extra large and I'm like, it's gonna be huge and I'm gonna love it. There's way too many times in my life that something will shrink or I'll just feel like not comfortable in it, and now I just go big. Go big and then go home. Wonder if the rep is linked to the number of spoils. 1,400 for the number of thingies? Yeah, maybe. I got 1,427 exactly. So that might be it. You might get more rep for more spoils. Absolutely rather swim in it. I regret when I went to see Glass Animals for my birthday a couple years ago. I got, I think, medium shirts, and I regret it. I wish I'd gotten 2 sizes up. Because they're, like, they cover me. They fit me, but they're not comfy in the way that a huge shirt is. So I don't wear them as much. Yes, you get field accolades from the ritual sites. I just got 142 of them. Did I get any moral? I got 428 moral. So, mind you, I was in there for 50 minutes. That was a long project, but we did get a lot of rewards for it. I think ritual sites are probably a bit faster to farm than assaults. But I did farm assaults until I got the Void Response Team achievement because I really wanted this mount. Still haven't done a ritual site. I was going to give up on them, but then I found they have mounts and stuff that I decided I do want after all. Been a while. Had to say goodbye to my oldest kitty April 1st. Haven't started up the computer till now. Heard about Kira. Many hugs. Big, big hugs. It's hard. Okay. Who wants this thing? Speak to a magister. What do you mean, a magister? Any magister? Should I go to the terrace? $400 marl. I think that's part of... There's an achievement for finding, like, all the mystery items. So if you do a tier 5 ritual site, and you do Malevolent Boons, but you don't destroy any obelisks, you'll get Malevolence Shrugged. Same thing if you do it with at least one Ember still active. That might be kind of fun. Not today, because I don't have time to do a long one. I could do a short one. $42K. Yeah, I must have just... I think that last batch just put me past $42K. Tabby friends. It's a bit morbidly funny, but I had this mental image of my baby girl Kira getting to cat heaven, and she sees Waffle there waiting for me, and she's like, who the frick are you? Because she never met Waffle. And she was pretty neutral on the kittens. And Waffle beat her there by a couple of weeks. Meow the what? Sorry about Kara. Yeah, it's pretty fresh. We said goodbye to her on Wednesday. So day before yesterday. It's all pretty new. What am I doing? I'm going back to the ritual site, I think. Kittens? I have a pair of kittens. I think there's a video that talks about them. And maybe I got rid of it. I got rid of the command for it. I have a Tiki and I have a Tuna. And they're both young kittens. One's on my lap and one's on my desk right now. There's a YouTube video that has some footage of them. Sorry for your loss. Thank you. She was a really lovely, lovely cat. She's a very sweet girl. We were very close. She was my baby girl. I miss her a lot. I want to find a medium ground where we're still... Here. I want to find a medium ground where we're, like, farming them a bit faster. I think tier 4 2 challenge. There was something that you get for tier 4 that I wanted. Waffle wins her over, maybe on the bridge. Yeah. I think that she can see. More like her young kitten self. I bet they would get along. Waffle was a sweetie. Black Cat's name is Void Where Prohibited. Thanks, Jans. Here can see my handsome cat. I feel like she's gonna meet my childhood dog that I had as a kid and then be like, oh, Moose makes sense. Because when I was a kid, my family got a dog from the SPCA who was a German Shepherd Husky mix, or a Malamute mix. Basically just like Moose. Her name was Kisa. Her name was Kakisa, but we called her Kisa. And she was like a big, slobbery, licky, lovey, sucky baby. She was an outdoor dog. She had a doghouse. She lived outside. She was so happy. And I feel like Moose is kind of... Moose kind of honors her spirit. He's kind of the same vibe a bit. I feel like Kira's gonna meet Kisa and be like, oh, that's why she made me put up with this dog. Kittens are a lot. Good luck. Thank you. Yeah. We've had them home for about a month. So it's starting to get easier. It was a lot of work figuring out their routine and trying to get them over some health problems that they came with. But they're doing much better now. For ages, it was like, this one needs eye drops, and then that one needs eye drops, and this one's got diarrhea, and now that one's got diarrhea, and then this one's sneezing, and that one's coughing, and we've been through a bunch of stuff now, and they're leveling out. We're getting there. We're doing... What do I want to do for... If I just want to do 2 challenges, and it's not for an achievement or anything... I feel like the patrols, or not the patrols, the bells. The bells are really ridiculously easy. Let's do the bells, and let's forget the embers, because I don't want to worry about them. Manifestations. We'll do bells and manifestations, because I don't mind kicking the guy, and I don't mind the bells. And this should be fast. We should be able to, like, giga pull this. Oozy kittens, yeah. We're still doing a great deal of bum wiping. Oh, but we're doing better. Okay. If I'm just doing this for speed, I don't even really need... I can just kind of I mean, I can keep an eye out for rustling bushes and for the egg that's floating and for the kelp, which I have yet to find. So we'll keep an eye out for those things. But otherwise, I can skip as much trash as I want and basically just go for the lieutenants and, like, rush this and see how quick we can get it done. Because last time I full cleared literally the whole thing. I think we left, like, a sea slug up. So kelp, I'm assuming, is going to be kind of on the shore. The bushes, I know what they look like. Not worried about the obelisks. Love that Naga model. It's so wiggly. I'm looking for... Oh, there's an egg. Oh, I might have seen that before. It was just really small. There we go. Void touch chick. So I don't have to worry about the egg now because that's all that was for. I've yet to find the kelp. Send kelp. Okay, that's just dead. Yeah, I don't mind those guys. That kick is super easy. I have like 5 different ways to do it. That seems like kind of a nothing burger of an affix, if I was just going to do 2. Alright, I'm going to go up the beach, kind of, or up the cliff, because I want to check for bushes. And that seems to be kind of where they are. Little green rustling bushes. I still don't know why that one spot is, like, green. Alright. It's a Venom Scale Margarita. Literally. I thought I was just making a joke and I looked at her name again. No, her name is Margarita. Three kittens 9 years ago did whatever their sibling did, so if one of them peed in the bed, got 3 of them in a neat row. Luckily they got litter trained fast. I have some litter boxes that are set up in kind of an unused, non-functional shower that this house has. And both of these cats were rescued from the same hoarding situation. They had lived in like a trailer, and they had been encouraged at the time to just go in the bathtub instead of like with litter. And Tuna, which was bizarre because he was so young when he got out of there, but Tuna was kind of reverting to that. And he was going out of his way to go around the litter box. And like he would use the box sometimes, but sometimes he just wanted to pee in the shower. And I think I got him past that. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. I'm nervous to change anything about their litter though, because I don't want him to go back to that. It was a pain in the butt to clean. Although, better than on the bed, I suppose. They're funny with whenever one of them goes to use the box, the other one will come with them. They go like girls in a restaurant. It's so cute. Tuna Fairy left something under your pillow. Need this one. Yeah, this is... On this difficulty, I feel like I can just kind of pull whatever and blow it up and it's going to be fine. Tuna's on my lap and Tiki's on my desk, and they're both very cute, and Tuna's very warm. It's nice, buddy. I think he's sleeping. It's gonna sound kind of weird and basic, but I'm really glad that they like me. It's really nice of them. They didn't have to like me, you know? they're comfy here, and that's really nice. Now we're doing captured void creatures. They go nuts over my shoes. Partly because there's like fun shoelaces to play with, and partly because I guess they smell like me. And partly because Tuna loves to... We have like these foam slides, just like a sandal. And Tuna will try to dive into it and like wedge his whole body. Like he'll go front arms first, Superman cat dive into this slide and just try to get himself stuck in the shoe. And this is like one of his favorite activities. Like he'll sneak the shoe out and he'll start doing his shoe dives. It's so funny. I just let him do it. I figure Moose will let me know if he ever gets himself actually stuck in the shoe. They're soft foam. They're not gonna like squeeze him. Still preferring their own human each. They both love both of us. I think we were just kind of projecting because we were expecting them to each pick one. Tiki definitely gives me a few extra body slams if we're all sleeping in bed. If he's waking somebody up with his activity, it's gonna be me. But they both love us both. How we doing? Are we living? We're living. One more wood creature and then we can be on our way. Although, I'm still looking for the rustling bush. I don't think I found it. Here's a dumb question. What does the kelp look like? Does it just look like kelp? Is it right by the water's edge? I haven't seen it, so I'm not quite sure what I'm looking for. Aside from just clickable kelp. I'm trying to mouse over everything. One of them snoring. Checking for bushes. Yes, it just looks like kelp. Okay. Right on the water's edge. Look for salad floating in the water. Okay. Should have some sparkles. Okay. Kelp in the Pacific Ocean can be different from other places. Yeah, when I think of kelp, I think of bull kelp and bladder kelp, which are not universal. We went to the west coast of the island with Flabby's parents. They came into town for a visit. And I saw lots of bladder kelp and eagles and nice ocean-y stuff. It was really nice. It's a big trip to get out there, but I would like to go back. I just kind of want to sit on the beach and watch the waves for like an hour. Big West Coast waves. Those Grove Glider squirrel mounts that float adorably in classic flight style. I'm sure they're cute. Do I need to keep killing this thing now that I've killed it once? Is it going to drop me a thing, or... I don't really... Maybe it gives me spoils? I'm not really sure why I don't feel able to walk by it. If you know Bamfield. Yeah, kinda. Oh. Tiki's sleeping on my video mixer. He might turn off my cam. Sunwarmed sand toy makes it much easier to see things in this site. I wonder if the rustling bushes are not in every one. I've seen the rustling bush every time I've done a tier 5. Oh, I'm not leaving. Lived in Vic for a year in '08. It was beautiful. All up the island. Ferry to Powell River in Vancouver. I used to have family live in Powell River that I would go visit. Trek to get out there, but it's nice. Yeah. No, you're cool. You're cool. Powell River sounds like it would be a sick place. Mom signed me up to do the West Coast Trail. Friend from that complained about having no food. Other hikers offering us powdered eggs, which was exactly the kind of food we were complaining about. We had food, but wasn't good enough for 15-year-old snobby selves. I'm really impressed that you hiked the West Coast Trail, or like any part of it. I never did it. My sister did. It's tougher than me. Yeah, I bet it's gorgeous. I like a day hike. I like a hike that I can begin and end between meals. And ideally we can like pick up like food on the way home. That's my idea of a good hike. Wish I'd known to break in my new hiking boots before it. Ow, that hurts. Nothing worse than shoes that are ripping your feet to shreds. What's the alternate to that kind of hike? The kind where you're camping, basically. Hiking and camping. Multi-day hiking trips. Backpacking. Purifying water and rehydrating eggs and... I'm too glam for that. I can't do it. I'm a glamper. In the UK, you can hike from pub to pub. You might like that. Maybe. I don't think I'm a big pub girly. I like a park. I love me a really beautiful park. Hiking's fun until you discover you're the least in shape person in your group, at which point it becomes complicated. Oh, I got quite good rep for that too, and it looks like the way the renown works is you get your first 2 ritual sites of the week give you bonus renown, but you do still get like grindable renown from just however many spoils you get translates to direct rep after that. I'm already 5 of 8, so when I hit 5... Oh, I see. So the rares you kill for additional spoils. And the orbs got buffed. Buff shrines and extra spoils, which we've been getting. At 6, I can buy some pets. At 7, I can buy more stuff and get large treasures. And then at 8, I can buy the thing. Gotcha. Okay. I might grind these a bit more this weekend. I can be a little whiny if I get too tired hiking, too. For a pub, imagine lovely, quaint, well-appointed stone building with a roaring fire. I feel like that would sound lovely if it was like someone's house and I was just there for like an evening with like a few close friends. I'm not agoraphobic, but I'm never going to be super comfortable just hanging out around strangers. I'm always going to be conscious of like, how am I sitting? What's going on around me? Who's in the room? Who's entering? Who's leaving? Like, it's hard to eat You know, like I can do it. I can eat in restaurants. I'm not that far gone, but like I'm not gonna seek it out on purpose. I like a little space. Did you know today's Friday? It is Friday. Do you have a good week? Alright, I think I'm gonna take this character back. Oh, I have even more dark particles. Wow. Let's take her back to town. Yeah, never been a bar or restaurant kind of girly. I'm a eat a hot meal out of an enormous bowl on my couch in pajamas while watching reality TV kind of girly. Ideally with some cats and a big dog. You need to work on the power to ignore others. Yeah, that'll help. Homebody right here, comfy clothes. Week was pretty chill. Keep getting a key push group together. Nice. Or you been getting a key push group together. Oh, that's awesome. You're working on 34. Me and Stack's about to grind, locking in my Mistweaver monk. Nice. Well, have fun. I'd love to do sometime if I have time. Today's giga busy for me though. Fridays are my busy day. Okay. Should we trade in some dark particles? I gotta wrap up soon. Food thing that bothers me most, eating in front of other people who don't have food. Yeah, I get that. You ever try to eat faster than you want to be eating because you don't want to be the last person with food left at a table? This way. As long as we have room, no, you're always welcome to my kids. Shucks. Wouldn't be able to maintain my lavish WoW lifestyle if I did things like go outside. I love it outside, but I like places that are a bit less crowded. Trails and parks and hikes, and also just like my own garden. And like walks around the neighborhood in the quiet times. It's one of my favorite things about doing Monday, Tuesday off and working weekends is that if I have a day off, it's usually much quieter to go places. And also easier to do things like bank errands and my dentist and stuff. What mount is that? Unbound Mana Worm. You can buy it for Marl once you have the Void Response Team achievement from Void Strikes. Eat super slow. At university, the other girls just left me at the table, walked off. Oh dear. I was gonna get a few more field acolytes. I feel like I have lots of them. I just don't want to spend... I don't want to start buying these until I feel like I have Marl to burn, and I don't feel like I have Marl to burn. And I don't need hero track gear in this character. I got enough of those? Yeah. Alright. I have sleepy babies. Here, let me see if I can give a little view while we're wrapping up. I would like to thank you guys very much for joining me today. I appreciate the company a lot. I'm gonna be back. I'm aiming to be back tomorrow and Saturday, do some morning streams. Might try to finish grinding ritual sites. Sounds like fun. I'm gonna try and put a news video together again. I know I missed it last week. I'll try to put one up for tomorrow, but if I don't, then I don't. We'll see what we can do. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.